What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another post game here on Mets Central. And the Mets win 9-1 over the Colorado Rockies. Thank you for actually taking care of business against a brutal team. And now they slide into second in the NL East and they slide into the wild card spot. And like I said last night, it's just so beautiful. It is now beautiful to officially see that stupid Braves logo be right about outside the playoff line. Still have to, of course, win a game and they have to lose, but they're in a skid right now. They just handled business entirely against the Rockies, which again, it is what it is. Though it was me. I gave the stern talk. That's all they needed, and now now the Mets are going to be back and better than they were before. All jokes aside, because obviously my stupidity has nothing to do with this, but yeah, the Mets get the job done. Most importantly, before we jump into everything, leave a like on the video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. One of my favorite things is when you can look at the box score and see everybody contributed. And that's really what it came down to today. And it's what I've been dying for days now against a brutal Rockies pitching staff. And it's amazing the concept of hitting the ball in the air in Coors Field, isn't it? Because in the first inning, they waste no time to get the party started offensively. Lindor gets a double, then Iglesias with a double to make it 1-0. Martinez with a double to make it 2-0. Pete Alonso with a home run makes it 4-0. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize any further. McNeil had a double in there, but still, you start off 4-0, so it's hard to complain that the rest of the lineup didn't really contribute there. But again, 4-0 lead off the rip. And every Met fan, because this is the way that our brains are wired, is how will they blow it within the first inning? How is Peterson going to blow it today? And he actually didn't. And listen, I know that I talked bad about Peterson as of lately, and I still do have my worries, especially because the same problem occurred in today's start. It just differently, he got out of said problem today. But if it wasn't the Rockies, would he have got out of said problem? Who knows? But regardless, in the first inning, does a fairly fine job. Like, gets a couple strikeouts, allowed a single in there, but still did fine for the most part. Second inning, the Mets offense doesn't do as much. There was a walk in there from Iglesias, but outside of that, nothing really happened. Second inning, again, pretty simple for David Peterson. Walk to batter, but we go to the third inning where Pete Alonso hits a home run yet again to make it 5-0, and then the rest of the order goes down. But again, you take it, especially because you should be capitalizing on this pitching staff that is just not good at all. Bottom of the third, again, fairly simple and fairly similar. Like, every inning that Peterson pitched outside of the fifth was very similar, where it was just like one base runner and then the rest of the outs happened, which Lindor made a nice play on Tovar, though, on that line out there. Fourth inning, the Mets end up, I almost said they went down in order, but Bader with a fly out, then Tyrone Taylor with a single. Lindor hits into a double play. I can't talk right now. Bottom of the fourth, Chris Bryant with a single, and then again, Peterson gets the next few outs, and I'm like, all right. So now we just have to all sit here and worry about what is going to happen the next time David Peterson goes out there. Because as we all know, at this point, when it is the third time of the order, it is a problem. But before that, the Mets would add on some runs themselves, as after the first two outs, Pete Alonso with a single, and then Mark Vientos with a home run, who desperately needed that because he has been in a very big slump as of lately. And I've really not a fan of it. As the Mark Vientos guy, I'm not a fan of it, to say the least. So it was nice to see him get a home run today, and I'm really hoping that this will continue to build here, and he will catch a little bit of fire here. But regardless, 7-0, and then Torrens with a single. McNeil strikes out to end the inning, and then the fifth inning, the bottom of the fifth, that is, for Peterson. It's like pulling hair out, because you just know. It's just, you want to pull your hair out because you know. Hilliard strikes out. Then there was back-to-back singles. Rogers walks, bases loaded. Then Doyle, I thought this was leaving the ballpark, and ended up making it 7-1, which I don't know how he even walked Rogers. Like, why are you walking batters when you're up 7-0? but that ended up being a sacrifice fly from Doyle to make it 7-1. And I thought that was leaving the yard. He ends up striking out Chris Bryant, thankfully, which he should be doing that in 2024. But I still have my worries. Like, it's just happening too much where it's the same problem of the third time of the order for Peterson, and the fifth inning numbers back it up. I actually want to pull up the fifth inning numbers for him on the year. It just backs up the entire point of it's a problem when that third part of the order comes up, or the third time going through the order. And I do want to, I mean, I have the numbers right now even of that, and it's just like not great. It is not great at all. I'm trying to find like the exact. Oh yeah, I'm looking right now. His FIP third time through the order, 5.63, WHIP 1.54, and then his strikeout per nine numbers, 6.23. In comparison, his first time facing the order is 9.26. So you're talking about a very big difference there. And then if you want to look at trying to find just base ERA and stuff like that, for all my people that are more into ERA and stuff like that, but I unfortunately cannot find that. But still, he sucks third time through the order. That's just what it is with David Peterson, and that's why I still would love a world where Jose Budo goes back to the rotation and they just put Peterson in the bullpen. But I have accepted that I cannot get what I wish for in that regard. But bottom of the sixth inning, after top of the sixth, Bader had a single and then a couple strikeouts there. But Ottavino comes in, and it's just another thing where I question what would have happened if this was a better opponent. But again, I will sit here and just take it for what it is. I thought he was going to do the typical Ottavino thing where he just gets 2 outs and then it ends up being a struggle for him, which it almost was the case, but thankfully it wasn't. But you needed to ball out after you whined to the media about how you want to stay here. You got to be balling out, man. I don't want to see you struggling against the Colorado Rockies bottom part of the order if you want to stick around here when Nunez gets healthy, when Garrett gets healthy, when Sean Reed Foley gets healthy. I don't want to hear you whine and then struggle against the Rockies. So, I don't know. Again, just not good stuff there. And then the seventh inning, JD Martinez would walk, and then outside of that, the Mets offense really doesn't get much. I mean, there was a wild pitch there, and Terrence had a walk. That's really about it. Ryan Stanek looked good, though, which is a really big positive because ever since that first outing, he has looked good. And you are seeing, most importantly, the thing that we were really interested in seeing with Stanek, and that was his slider and his splitter. We really wanted to see Stanek utilize both there, and he has just looked very good, getting a couple strikeouts there. So I'm loving what we're seeing from Stanek. Really with the slider, though, today. It was really the slider that was good from him. You go to the eighth inning there, and then there was a hit by pitch from Bader, which he was not happy about. Tyrone Taylor with a double, Lindor with a single to make it 8-1. Iglesias with a sacrifice fly makes it 9-1. Martinez and Alonso strike out. We go to the eighth inning where Danny Young hits a couple batters, but ends up getting out of the jam there. Ninth inning, the Mets go down in order, and then the bottom of the ninth, Young gets the first 2 outs, fairly simple, and then unfortunately allows a couple singles and makes it chaotic, but Brenton Doyle would end up striking out there, and that ends the ball game. So the Mets end up winning, and now they go to Seattle and are facing a team that is struggling. So you would hope at least that they would take advantage of that. You have Jose Quintana on the bump. Seattle has not announced their starter as of thus far, but again, we'll see what happens. I truly think, though, that I truly think still, I should say, that if you want to salvage the wrongs of this road trip, whether it's dropping the series to the Angels and dropping a game to the Rockies, I really want to see the Mets take care of business by sweeping them. And I know it's a tall ask because at the end of the day, the Mariners are the best team from this road trip, and they couldn't even beat the Angels. But I'm at the point where I'm just not content with a series win. Maybe if they beat the Angels, again, if they had a series win there, maybe I'd be more like, all right, you could go 2-1 here. It's more acceptable. But the Braves are struggling. You got to take advantage here and get a big lead while you can. And the Diamondbacks and Padres don't look like they're slowing up anytime soon. So let's maybe get on it here and take a jump here. And again, salvage the road trip, most importantly, by taking advantage of a struggling Mariners team. But at the same time, maybe there's something to be said about the fact that the Mariners might come out on fire because they need to win the division themselves, because they're slipping out of their own race there in the American League, and they need these wins badly. And maybe there's team meetings involved there. I know Gary was talking about how like Cal Raleigh was saying stuff apparently about that, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens though. Podcast episode, not sure when it's going to come out. Probably sometime tomorrow. We'll stream. Matt and I, of course, will probably stream it just because it's a 10 o'clock game and we actually have time to record it tomorrow, which is very nice. And then 9:40 game and a 7 o'clock game. So for once, some night games on a road or over the weekend, which I really just love because I love to actually enjoy my weekend days. So for the Mets themselves, please bring back night games at Citi Field next year over the weekends. But that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. And I'll see you guys in the next one.